All right, everyone. Looks like we're live. What's up? Let's get to Bitcoin price action. Get the party started. And here we go. Bitcoin crashed from 71,000 yesterday, 71,800 approximately. And it's cheat day. I'm eating some cheeses. If you guys can hear me, please let me know. I'm gonna put on my YouTube right now so I can pay attention to you guys in comments. Here we go. Some YouTube right here. If you guys can hear me okay, let me know, please. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, loud and clear. Beautiful. Thank you. So we had our crash. Yesterday we were actually talking about this. We've been riding high for a long time. Consistent sell signals all throughout this. We're on a 15-minute chart, as you can see up here on the top left. Let me put this on silent. So let me just do something, guys. Sorry about this. All right, so Bitcoin, we were sitting at 71,000 yesterday, 800, peaked out. It's a 15-minute chart. You can see that all throughout this move, the time spent in the 70 plus K range, or mid 60K to 70 low 70K range. The majority of this time was spent with an aggregated aggregated spot market ass dominance. So we've been pretty bearish overhead, but obviously we can't always trust spot markets. Spot market resistance and support is basically what defines the crushing of that is what defines a bull or a bear market, right? So, or at least a short-term scenario. Whereas the aggregated perp markets, we had our moments getting bullish, our bid-ask spread widening as we moved down into the 67K range, and our aggregated spot band remaining roughly the same in thickness, in duration, constant red. Now, as we got back up here to 70,000, 71,000, we fell off, a big fall off there. A bid-ask spread falls off to a very fine point. And we are dealing with a fair fight again, and we're dealing with one bearish looking band, and then we're dealing with a neutral looking band, which isn't very bullish for us. Fortunately, in the crash since yesterday evening, we came down pretty far, pretty fast. On a 15-minute chart, obviously this looks pretty rough. I want to take a look at a 5-minute, see what kind of battles we put up. Nah, just kind of fell off a cliff. Started with one steep move down, low recovery, and bam, got knocked off. A deaf man can hear me. Nice. What's up, Planet Musk and Noka Net? Thank you. Motorist, love you, dog. And Planet Musk saying smells like a stop hunt. Let's just first talk about this. I just want to describe it in great detail so we can understand the story of the market, which I think is one of the most important things as a trader. So we had one strong candle to the downside, a lower high, a second lower high, a lower low, relative to this local scenario as we're on a 5-minute, and eventually steamrolled, breaking that bottom into a pretty consistent support range, breaking through there and falling straight through the floor. Not such a bad thing. 68,400. We could be much worse than that. But the important thing here is stop hunts. I wouldn't quite say so. Once we fell through that bottom where you can see this horizontal, we really started to take off once we broke through this low. We took off. So I think this was just a classic case of people not knowing what to do in a technical sense and planting their stop losses if they were long. So it wouldn't be considered to me a stop hunt. I guess it could be though. I guess you know what, your argument isn't invalid. But I think your stop losses would be around that area, and I think a breakdown, a breakout trader, breakdown trader, right? I think that's what they would be looking for as well. This is clearly an area where you could expect a break, and being that we spent so much time in our price discovery phase and in the low 70,000s without cracking any higher, and combining that with the excitement at that level, which everyone had, I I'm not very sure we were due to crack the seal this time around. I think it is coming, it is coming, but I just don't think we were ready just yet. So stop hunt could be a part of that, but I just think a breakout trader, if that's what I was doing, if I was in a trading competition, I'd be looking for the swing low to get cracked. And this is probably it right here. It's our lowest point since for a couple days. The second it got breached, we fell through like a stone skipping across the water. Hey Joe, what's up, Pax OG? I'm good, brother. ETF buying in countries, meaning BTC hovering around 60 to 70K. Yeah, I think that's going to be our plan for a long time. That's going to be the plan. I will say this. A lot of shit went down. This crash was big. Probably the biggest thing that happened in a little while. So I think a lot of exchanges are looking pretty messed up. Um, I can't close my short right now. Yeah. And this is probably most exchanges. Most. All right. So any questions? Any other observations from you guys? Just curious. GigaTrend 4 hour has you out at roughly break even. Yeah, I've changed things up big time. The hell is this? I'll have to fix that another day. So we're walking into a weekend at a price range of sub 70K. Probably going to go sideways. And at a level like this, with as much support as we have, it's probably not such a bad thing. It's pretty much okay with me. Yo, what's up, Al Cubes? What is it? 11 o'clock over there, midnight? So we'll watch some signals together. I know we did a lot of catching up yesterday in terms of what the market's been going through. Um, that if we have any questions today, don't hesitate. It's pretty crazy that the RSI was neutralizing on our second. You can see the big divergence there. RSI came back up, made a higher low on the second impulse. Hector, what's up, man? Hi, Joe. Always great to see you. Ugly said the halving show. He's looking at 39K. What do you think the probability of 39K is? I don't think it's very high. And I love Ugly Old Goat. And I think we all know who we all respect, you know? The dude is a master trader. So I I do love Ugly Old Goat's take on the market. I think he's right a lot of the time, probably most of the time. But to get to 39K, let's look at this. Let's look at this on a daily and look at the book support we've had along the way. Let's just say, look, I'm not saying 39K is impossible. I'm saying I don't see 39 happening unless we get a dark black swan event, man. I'm talking some nasty shit happens and I don't know, some crazy third party scenario comes along. But looking at this right now, it looks like our emotional buying really started, I would say, at an average of something like here. Throughout this noise we have some price discovery, some time spent, right? We have some price discovery in the low 40,000s, to mid to even, let's say roughly low to mid 40,000s, just to make it simple. We have a lot of price discovery here. And then things started getting emotional. We started going nuts, new all time we started making new yearly highs, or new market highs since the last bull market. And fucking Marlin. Is that the Marlin that I know and love from a long time ago? I hope that's you, Marlin. I hope all is well. I don't know what these are doing down here. But we really took off our emotional buying at 45K. Small stop at 50K along the way. If I had to bet that we were going to crash, I would say 50K holds. Obviously, 56K held. We didn't spend much time down there at all. You know what? And why don't I take a look at gold here? While I just want to pull up a chart so that we can talk about it. Interesting. Kind of weird little head and shoulders going on. But you think Roaring Kitty is legit or psycho? I actually don't know. And good to see you, Marlon. Always good to see you, brother. Haven't heard from you in a long time. I also haven't reached out in a long time. Hope all is well. Mexican Hasselhoff, good to see you too, brother. Um, I don't really know enough about this Roaring Kitty though guy situation. I don't know enough. Um, I don't know enough. So, anyways, back to the 39K question. Back to this green line. Do we come back here? I don't think so. I think if we are to come back and check a support level, it's probably going to be more this. We are in a bull market, and this is enough price discovery. We're in a bull market. We're gonna stay in a bull market unless a black swan event happens. Obviously, you guys, anything can change on a dime, right? Uh, yeah, I need to. I know the Roaring Kitty thing is like some dude, and he made a ton of money. Um, uh, sorry, I just got to deal with some shit. So I just can't see 39K without Black Swan. I can't see a Black Swan taking I can't see a Black Swan yet, but I see support at 50K. We don't have to spend too much time on that. I just don't see 39. I'm just trying to look for reasons and I don't see them. You see that we have support all the way down to 50K. Once we crack there, then it looks like all bets are off and we can run down. We can run straight through the floor. There's literally no support below 50,000. Maybe some dude's trying to wick hunt a 48K move. Um, but I'm not seeing a legitimate price move to the downside. That steep. I just don't see it. Yo, Winston, good to see you too, man. Good to see you. You've been doing your push-ups? We got a lot of support, guys. We got a lot of support. And look, well, our band started lighting up. Our This might be 2.5 to 5, maybe even 5 to 10. We've had some good signals leading us along this whole bull run. I think there's still enough reason to be bullish overall that I wouldn't expect to crash unless there's something crazy. And who knows, this bull market can be different, Look, this is the first time we've had an all-time high prior to a halving. Nice, dude. 100 push-ups a day minimum. It's fucking excellent. Good to stay on those push-ups, honestly. I do them all the time with my son. Um, yeah, I think this is our range. I really th I think we hold above 60K even. Um, right now, 65K. Let's go back down to a small time frame. We got some consistent, beautiful, strong support at the top of the book right now. 69, 68K is heavy. 67, 66, 65, all pretty robust. This range is becoming a bit of a pressure cooker. Uh, this is getting to that point where we support 65K enough times and we resist 70K enough times. One of them has to give, and being bullish overall in the in the market post halving, I would side with breakout. But you could see there's no space to wash out degen longs this whole time that we were up in this range, really just poking at the bear. Um, there were no longs to annihilate. A handful, but not like a massive short squeeze prior to another steep move up. Let some bulls catch some orders, some whales catch their orders, get their fills, and then let the market go nuts, pull their sell orders, and let the market run. I just don't see that being the situation here. We have a range. That range gets tighter and tighter, particularly to the upside. And at some point, that range has to give. So right now, I don't want to get too bullish until a minimum of 3 months post halving, probably five. If I really had to stretch it, I would say 5, 6 months post halving is when we'll really start to get that bullish that real strong parabolic bullish nature that we're so accustomed to seeing post halving. But right now, I think we range. I think we range, and our range is getting tighter. 65K probably goes. Probably reject 70K again. Probably take a crack at 65, and it just depends on how long we play this tight range. The longer we play this tight of a range, the more bulls are going to chase the book, the more buyers are going to realize they won't have an opportunity to buy lower, especially if sellers aren't being active anywhere other than the order book. Let's take a look and let's add some volume. Add a volume candle to this. I don't want to click on this like 10 times. Oh, wait, it's not adding volume. Oh, wait, this is gold. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Oops. This wasn't even that big of a volume move. Pretty standard. Pretty standard volume move. So I'm not really seeing anything too bad here. This is on a daily? Wow. Yeah, it's looking okay. I like this high end range that we're playing. Um, and this is the most active sellers have been in a little while. They had a little bit of activity, but bam, rolled over and died here. So I'm just seeing a little bit of a crash. Nothing particularly nefarious in nature. The thing that started it all was pretty big. That could be a whale. This could be the rest of everyone. Obviously, the breakout traders selling that below that wick body space over here. Things exacerbated quickly. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything too crazy, guys. Let me put this on mute real quick. I'm gonna make a quick phone call. All right. Um, yeah, let's see here. No more questions. We got a few people hanging out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. New friendly, ask whatever questions you may have. And we'll wrap this up pretty soon. But just obviously remain calm. This isn't such a bad scenario for the market to play out. I think it was a good place to sell at 71 plus K. If you didn't get that, whatever, still at 69,000. It's not a huge deal here. You're in a short position. Wonder what that looks like. No, not yet. So we're still waiting. We're still waiting. Well, guys, appreciate everyone tuning in. We have ourselves a nice little washout. Nothing too crazy. So again, just keep your hats on. It's a little bit of a wild ride, and we can expect a lot more volatility. Bitcoin is volatile. We can expect a good bit more of that volatility to the upside probably in the coming months. But right now we've been playing the same range between 60, 70K, give or take a couple thousand, for a few months since probably March, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So for us to be doing this is it's not really scary, you know. Maybe some people need to watch their leverage and be careful how they trade. But other than that, I think it's pretty certain that things are looking good for Bitcoin. We're really holding the line in the high 60K range, and we're holding the line in the low 70K range. So as far as things are concerned, there isn't much to fear. Um, I think the market keeps doing this, and obviously, the longer we spend time in this um, higher end of the range, the 70Ks, the better this looks for a breakout. But we do need to be prepared for anything to the downside, which did happen. We have a lot of support down here, tons and tons of support at 68K. So I think we are kind of building up that pressure to pop through the 70K resistance area. So just keep that in mind. It could be sooner than later that we get a new all-time high, and it's off to the races. So we are post-halving. We are in parabolic times as far as Bitcoin history is concerned. Post-halving, parabolic moves to the upside. Bull markets, probably this time we'll be seeing six-figure Bitcoin. I think there's a possibility we can even see greater than 6 figures by the end of this year. So that's all we're dealing with. That's all we're dealing with. Some normal, typical behavior. So thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Much love to you all, and I'll be catching you guys on the next